Hey everybody, I have some good news. The day before yesterday, I found out I was pregnant. Can you see the little lines? Yeah, actually, try not to laugh, but I took a grand total of 5 pregnancy tests, just to make sure. Because, yeah, it was very unexpected. But me and Ellen have been trying for over a year, and yeah, it's just, it caught us by complete surprise. I'm gonna get the first test I took. This is the first test I took. Can you see it? You could see the first line came up really, really dark, and the second line came up really, really light, which is actually kind of reverse of what usually happens, because the one that came up really dark is the line that tells whether you're pregnant or not, and the other one is just like a reference line, for those of you who don't know. Usually the reference line comes up like really dark and the pregnant line comes up really light, but mine is completely backwards. And so I took another test and it did the same exact thing. So yeah, I was hyperventilating, crying, screaming, and it was, yeah, it was a shock. The other day I was bored and I was looking through YouTube, finding videos of people's reaction to like when they find out they're pregnant, and basically everybody was like, okay, so it's a positive, yeah. I thought about videotaping mine, just, you know, some chance in hell that I might be pregnant, which I didn't think I was, so I didn't. But if I would have, it would have been like hilarious, because I was jumping up and down, like crying and screaming and pacing the floors, and I was hyperventilating. It was a shock, really. Um, I went outside and I gave Alan tests, and he was like, okay, well, you're not pregnant. And I'm just like, what do you mean I'm not pregnant? That's 2 lines. That means I am pregnant. And he was like, but one of the lines are really light. I'm like, it doesn't matter if they're really light. 2 lines mean you're pregnant. Yeah, he was kind of like, it caught him completely off guard. And I was like, we have to go to the store right now. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, I need a digital readout test. I was like, I can't trust those tests, because I took plenty of those tests when I was pregnant with Brianna, and all of them said I wasn't pregnant, and I knew I was. And then the only test that would work when I was pregnant with Brie was the digital readout test. So we went to Walgreens and I got these two. You're probably not going to be able to see them, but these were the only digital ones they had. It says yes. I've never taken one of those, but they didn't have any more digital ones. They just had this kind and these kind. And yeah, they all say that I'm pregnant. So I was like completely in shock, and I started worrying because a few days before I found out, I started cramping. I thought I was going to start my period, but obviously I'm not going to start it anytime soon. And yesterday the cramping just kept going and kept going. And when Alan got home from work, I told him I wanted to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room and they took blood and they did an ultrasound, and they actually scared me to death. She wouldn't let me look at the screen. I was like, does everything look okay? She was like, well, I can't tell you. I was like, what do you mean you can't tell me? She was like, only the radiologist or something downstairs can tell you whenever I send him the results. I was like, well, is there at least a baby in there? She was like, I really can't tell you. So it was pissing me off, seriously. I was like, it's my baby. How can you not tell me how my baby's doing if there even is a baby in there? And she was like, she just kind of like looked at me weird, and she was like, well, I can tell you that you're like 4 or 5 weeks pregnant, to confirm that's how far along you are. You need to have a follow-up within the next week or so with the real OBGYN. So, yeah, actually she got me scared because she wouldn't tell me anything, so I thought I might have lost the baby or whatever, but, the doctor came in and he told me that I was 5 weeks and 2 days pregnant and everything on my blood work looked good and all that stuff, and he said that I should have a follow-up appointment, like the lady said, very soon. So today, when we woke up, we made an appointment and I go Wednesday. So the day after tomorrow, I go in for a checkup with a doctor. So it looks like I'm pregnant. My due date is March 20th, which I'm glad, because I don't want to have another February baby at all. Brianna's in February, she'll be almost 3 years and 2 months old by the time this baby comes. And she's gonna be so jealous because she's such a mama's baby. Yeah, she's already telling me that I can't have a baby. She's a mama's baby and I can't have another one. And I asked her, do you want a little brother or sister? She says no. I was like, Mama can't have a baby? No. So, yeah. I'm sorry I'm babbling. So I guess I'll let y'all go. I just wanted to tell y'all what was going on and everything. So I'll definitely keep y'all updated. Okay?